I'm on the CDC website, and I'm not going to be on this too long. I just want to briefly give some insight to what the CDC posted on its website regarding zombie preparedness. This was designed to get your attention. They are now catering to the mindset, the mentality, the fears, the conspiracy theories, the ignorance of the people of today. This is something that we've been talking about for a long time. There's prepper channels out there. And the only thing, prepper just means being prepared, preparedness. You're preparing yourself for dark days. And dark days take many shapes and forms. And the CDC website really explains that to you. But a lot of people will miss that because they see the image of the zombie and they see zombie preparedness. But if you take the time out to read the article, it says, wonder why zombies, zombie apocalypse, and zombie preparedness continue to live or walk dead on a CDC website. As it turns out, the first began as a tongue-in-cheek campaign to engage new audiences with preparedness message has proven to be a very effective form. So they're telling you right there that it was just to get your attention. It's designed to get your attention because they're dealing with or catering to your mentality. We continue to reach and engage a wide variety of audiences on all hazard preparedness via zombie preparedness. Now, if you read down the article, zombie preparedness products, it's a zombie preparedness blog. And then it says there are all kinds of emergencies out there that we can prepare for. Take a zombie apocalypse, for example. And then it says zombie preparedness for educators. Looking to teach preparedness in a classroom? We've got full lesson plans and activities for you to use or adopt with your students. Zombie preparedness posters. It can be tough to get people thinking about emergency preparedness before disaster strikes. We've created these zombie posters to spark some attention and get people involved before it's too late. And it tells you can download these posters. Then it says zombie preparedness graphic novel. Looking for an entertaining way to introduce emergency preparedness? Check out our graphic novella, which uses the idea of a zombie apocalypse to demonstrate the importance of preparedness. Included is a personal preparedness checklist so you can take actions once you've done reading. Okay, and then it says social media online. Check out our zombie social media page where you can find badges and widgets for your own site, links to our blog, content syndication, and zombie e-cards. This was all designed to gain new preppers. And I think there's an underlying warning here, okay, because they see the handwriting on the wall. And right now, this country is in a state where there are so many people, and I've spoken about this, there are so many people that's in a trance. They're walking zombies. They're the walking dead. You take Joe Biden, for example, and I know a lot of y'all saw Joe Biden when he got stuck and he asked Nancy Pelosi, now he's the president, and this is something we've always known, but people said that we were conspiracy theorists and we were afraid, we had these fears, and there's people that actually laughed at us, right? And when we were telling them to prepare yourself, it's like ammunition. You now can't find ammunition in the stores. So you have new gun owners that's buying firearms with no ammunition. So you take Joe Biden for an example. When he stopped and asked Nancy Pelosi, you know, I'm going to take questions, what do I do next, Nancy? I'll do anything you say. This is the president of the United States. This is who y'all voted into office. We tried to warn you about Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, but you guys were so fixated on Trump and how much you hate Trump. You were conditioned to hate the man without any reasons at all in the name of political parties. So we tried to warn you about being a prepper, about preparing yourself. I have a YouTube channel about prepping, preparing yourself. It could be something as simple as a knife, or bottled water, or food, rations. I did a video on some sea rations that I bought at the commissary, you know, and how people can buy things to prepare themselves for dark days, because dark days are on the horizon, and the people that know best and that's fully aware are the preppers. If you look on the side right here, the sidebar, it says Center for Preparedness and Response. In other words, and it's got links, what we do, why it matters, who we are, emergency preparedness funding, prepare your health, emergency operations, state and local readiness, U.S. National Authority for Containment and Poliovirus, select agent and toxins, science and public health practice, Board of Science Counselors, policies and partnerships, communication resources, and then it says campaigns, preparedness month, so on and so forth. So the only thing that this is doing, it's not saying that there's actual people that look like this thing that's in the photo, but then again there is, you know, there's people walking around like that because they strung out on drugs. This is what the Democrats did. They want you to stay high and out of your mind, and that's why even during this so-called pandemic, the things that were in operation were porn sites, sex shops, places where you can buy alcohol, liquor stores, you know, just things that's not good for you. They're trying to legalize marijuana, you know, and they wonder why there's such a huge opioid problem here in this country. They're opening the borders, right? Letting illegal immigrants and terrorists in, all right? So this is something that you were warned about, but you ignored it. And now it's extremely dark outside. Although it's light outside, I can see the sun reflected on the snow, but it's dark. Spiritually, it's dark. And dark days are ahead. And there's a lot of people that's not prepared, and they're going to be lost. So you're not prepared with firearms, you're not prepared with ammunition, you're not prepared with batteries and flashlights and candles and water, because you're only thinking about today and tomorrow, and your mind is so fixated on Trump and how much you hate Trump that you can't see the danger that's on the horizons. I shared videos about this day, about how the UN, and then you had foreign forces coming out preparing for battle. That's on my Dream channel. But most of you ignore the warning. You ignore the message. So we've always talked about being prepared. We got prepper channels out there that you guys ignore. So the CDC now is, without causing a panic, they're letting you know that You need to start preparing yourself. And unfortunately, it's too late for a lot of people, because now that the so-called pandemic is here, you're out of work. They got you dependent upon and relying upon a stimulus check that you get every now and then. People are being put out of their homes. People quit their jobs just to collect unemployment that's not going to last. And you put yourself in a position where you're now dependent upon the government to take care of you. Right? There's no independence there. Right? And you curse the only man that was trying to help you. So this zombie preparedness is only used to get your attention, to warn you, to get more people to become preppers, and to prepare yourself for a dark day. Because what would you do, especially you single parent moms out there? What would you do if someone breaks in your home? And I hear that all the time on the police scanner, where home invasions, where people are coming in your house in broad open daylight, and you're afraid, you're scared. You're somewhere in a room balled up on the phone with the police while somebody is in your house, and you have no way to defend yourself because you jumped on the bandwagon of gun control and was talking about how you had to get guns off the street, but yet they're coming after legal gun owners. And you try to justify not having a firearm to protect yourself and your family. So then I said, okay, well, what about knives? You know, you can buy knives. You can prepare yourself. Machetes. You know, these are tools that you can use to defend yourself when necessary. So that's all this is talking about, is zombie preparedness, is you being a prepper. Just preparing yourself for, it could be a hurricane. It could be a snowstorm, you know, because we that's in the north, people that's used to dealing with snow, know that at any moment your roof could cave in, your pipes can burst in your house, you could be without heat. There's a lot of things that can happen, man, just with nature itself, you know, and people don't think about it until they find themselves in situations like floods. You know, they don't have generators, and then they want to go and try to rob other people that do have in their house, right? That's not prepared to defend yourself when somebody do come in your house and try to rob you of the things that you stored away for a dark day, right? So that's all this article is talking about, is making preparations for a dark day, because darkness is on the horizon. You know how you can look into the sky off in the distance, and it could be nice and sunny and clear where you are, but then you can see the approaching storm coming. Well, there's a storm coming. There's a storm coming. And many of y'all, or most of y'all, are going to be done away with, man, because you're going to perish. Because you're not prepared, and you refuse to prepare. And the people that try to warn you, you attack us. So the CDC knows something that most of us don't know. Most of us that sleep, that's under that spell that the Democrats put you under, that Barack Obama put you under. And this is not about politics, but politicians did this to you because you opened yourself up to it, right? So that's all this is talking about, is just preparing yourself for what's coming. You know, they're putting the information out there, and this is their way of warning you on the low. So feedback, tell me what you think. Until next time, I'm fearless.